Alright everybody, welcome back to the Mask for One YouTube channel, and today I want to talk about Glider Guy. Now guys, I'm pretty sure you know who the subject of today's video is. It's obviously Glider Guy, since I said his name a few seconds ago and he's part of the thumbnail and title, but I just want to talk about him since I don't really like his content anymore, especially with the judge situation. I just don't really like him at all, and even though I'm still subscribed to him, I just don't really watch him on a regular. So today I thought it'd be a good idea to criticize him and his content in general. So yeah, let's begin. Now the first thing I want to criticize Glider Guy is about his thumbnails. And I want to compare his old thumbnails from 10 to 11 months ago to his most recent ones. Now I want to criticize Glider Guy's old thumbnails because they were the most average commentary thumbnails of all. And I'm talking about the thumbnails where the screenshot is on the left and there's the text on the right, and at the bottom it's just highlighted red. And yeah, I'm talking about the average commentary thumbnails, which Glider Guy did make some of those thumbnails until he stopped, which his last one was about Poppy Playtime Brain Rot. It's basically the same thing like I said about Rick on this video right here, where you should take a watch on how his videos are the most average commentary videos of all. But I'm not talking about Rick, we're talking about Glider Guy. Now I want to talk about Glider Guy's new thumbnails. I mean, as of now, his thumbnails, they're somewhat creative, I mean, props to him, but back then, he was using AI for his thumbnails. Here's a few examples from what I mean by that, and even calls out AI content while having a AI generated thumbnail. And people should know that it's completely hypocritical to call out AI content while you have an AI generated thumbnail. And he also states that he has an artist, which keep in mind people, if you have an artist, then you shouldn't be using AI to make your thumbnails. Here's a clip from what I mean by that.
I have editors, I have thumbnail artists, and I have a channel manager. I have thumbnail artists.
It's like a complete lie to just, solve, cause bro, if you have a thumbnail artist, then why use ChatGPT to generate a thumbnail for you? But yeah, all I'm gonna say is, his newer thumbnails recently were just completely AI generated, and his older thumbnails weren't even that good anyways. Now I want to criticize Glider Guy about how he handles drama. Now what I mean by that is he could do it in two different ways. One, if a drama gets super popular, he could start milking it. Or two, if he gets criticized by it or gets called out for milking it, he'll basically act like a complete man-child. And what I mean by the milking part is, well, you already guessed a good example coming up, Shappy Sway. Throughout the entirety of March, April, and May, the most talked about topic of those 3 months was Shappy Sway. And I even hopped onto the bandwagon, and my most popular video was Shappy Sway. But the one who made the most videos on Shappy was obviously Glider Guy. And I mean that he made not one, not two, not three, but 9 videos. Dog, what the fuck? Literally the entire time, Glider Guy was just milking Shappy Sway, all because he wanted the money. And what's even worse, it's that it's the same production as every single video he made on Shappy. It's just basically, him reacting to the short, or new information came out about Shappy. He literally brought nothing new to the table at all. And as for, him acting like a complete man-child, or just making up a bunch of dumbass points when it comes to, him being a part of drama. Yeah, that is just, quite literally the most dumb and worst ways you can, ever do. And that's where the Judge situation comes in place. Now that whole drama started when Judge rightfully called out Glider Guy for stealing her video idea. Pretty soon after, Glider Guy made a response video to the situation, and it was completely absurd that he was taking it in the most childish way possible. And he made just a bunch of bullshit points upon how people steal from each other all the time. Here, take a look at this.
I know you're a little bit newer to the commentary space, right? I've been around for literally 5 years now, and you've only really been around for the last year or so. So I don't really blame you for not understanding how the space works, but let me inform you on how this commentary space works. This might be a little bit difficult for you to hear, but guess what? Everyone takes videos from everyone.
It's kind of like a dumbass point to say. While though it is technically true, people do take video ideas from others all the time. It's not exactly stealing though. What Glider Guy did was the exact opposite. Went over each channel surprisingly the same order that Judge did. And pretty surprisingly enough, he actually did go over the exact same videos that Judge did. His entire video was basically kind of like Judge's original video, but in more of an overreactive way. And during the same video that Glider Guy was responded to the whole situation entirely, he did state that he was going to credit Judge, but somehow he forgotten to, like, huh? Like, how do you forget something very important when it's in your notes? But throughout the entire response video, it made him look like a complete man-child. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole shit with the Judge and Glider Guy drama. Next thing I want to criticize Glider Guy is about his lack of doing research. When it comes to YouTube drama, Glider Guy will go ahead and be to that YouTube drama bandwagon because it will get him easy views. But when it comes to doing research, yeah, that shit goes out the fucking window. Like, not even joking, he gets the information like all mixed up, apparently. And he also says that he has a researcher.
And I have editors, I have thumbnail artists, researchers.
To be honest, I don't really think he has a researcher. Matter of fact, I don't really think he has a editor, a thumbnail artist, nor a channel manager. I just kind of find those to be a lie. Cause like, it's due to the way he presents it. And if he did have some of those, I would say this. 1, he probably hasn't paid his artists due to him using AI in his thumbnails. 2, he himself is his own channel manager. 3, his editor probably makes some of the worst editing due to there being lots of motion and tons of sound effects. And 4th, his researcher must put in the most laziest effort of putting in research. I mean, hey, if he had one of those things right now, my criticism would still stand out. But unfortunately, he's nothing but a chronic liar. Now, on to my final criticism on Glider Guy, that being his content. In all honesty, Glider Guy's content has basically decreased in quality. Like, back then in 2021, he was somewhat of a watchable commentary YouTuber who didn't overreact all the time, but now he's just, what the fuck? His content seriously decreased in quality over the months that made him look like the type of person who doesn't care for the actual problem, but rather just something else, and that something else is money. Yeah, I'm going to be going into conclusion now. Overall, Glider Guy's content is basically the peak definition of quantity over quality, because his content is just genuinely just overall bad now. And there's your reason why I, think Glider Guy's content is the peak definition of quantity over quality. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.